Hey everyone! Today we're diving into 20 of the best long-lasting flowering plants that are super easy to grow, even if you don't have a green thumb. We're talking vibrant blooms that stick around, low maintenance care, and plants that'll make your garden or home pop with color all season long. From hardy perennials to cheerful annuals, I'll walk you through each one, share quick tips on light, water, and soil, and throw in some fun facts so you actually remember them. Whether you're sprucing up your backyard or just want a few flowers that won't quit on you, stick around, you're gonna love these picks. Kicking things off with Lantana, one of the toughest and most colorful flowering plants you can grow. These little beauties produce clusters of vibrant blooms that just keep going all summer and into fall, perfect for adding non-stop color to your garden. Lantanas love full sun, so plant them where they can soak up at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily and watch those flowers pop like crazy. Watering is super forgiving with these guys. A good soak when the top inch of soil feels dry is plenty, and once established they can handle some drought without batting an eye. Soil doesn't have to be fancy. Well-draining soil is key, and a touch of compost when planting will help them thrive, but they're not too picky. Lantanas are butterfly magnets, so not only are you getting long-lasting color, you're also inviting all sorts of pollinators to your yard, making it lively and full of movement. Quick tip for keeping blooms coming non-stop is a light trim after flowering, which encourages even more flowers and keeps your plant looking fresh and vibrant all season long. Marigolds are absolute workhorses in the garden, offering bright, cheerful blooms that seem to last forever and instantly lift any space with their golden and orange hues. These plants thrive in full sun, so pick a spot where they'll get plenty of direct light, and you'll be rewarded with non-stop flowering throughout the season. They're super low maintenance when it comes to watering, just keep the soil evenly moist but never soggy, and they'll reward you with blooms without much fuss. Marigolds aren't picky about soil either, as long as it drains well, and adding a bit of compost at planting can give them a boost. One of the coolest things about marigolds is their natural pest-repelling qualities. They can help keep unwanted insects away from other plants in your garden while still looking beautiful. To keep them flowering longer, deadhead spent blooms regularly, which encourages more flowers and keeps your marigolds looking full and vibrant all season long. Million bells are an absolute showstopper when it comes to long-lasting color, producing a non-stop cascade of small, trumpet-shaped blooms that cover the plant from spring through fall, making them perfect for containers, hanging baskets, or garden beds. These plants love full sun but can tolerate a bit of afternoon shade, and the more sunlight they get, the more flowers they produce, turning any space into a cheerful display. Watering is straightforward. Keep the soil consistently moist, especially in containers, but avoid waterlogging, as they like well-draining soil to keep roots healthy. Soil doesn't have to be complicated. A standard potting mix enriched with some compost works beautifully and helps sustain their endless blooms. Million bells are also extremely forgiving and resilient, shrugging off heat and moderate drought better than most flowering plants, which makes them perfect for busy gardeners. To maintain a fresh, vibrant look all season, pinch back any leggy stems occasionally and remove faded flowers, and you'll enjoy a stunning floral show from spring until the first frost. Pansies are a classic favorite for long-lasting color, offering cheerful, velvety blooms in a wide range of shades that can brighten up garden beds, containers, and window boxes from early spring into late fall. These plants prefer cooler temperatures and thrive in full to partial sun, so aim for a spot that gets morning sun and some afternoon shade to keep them looking their best. Watering is simple. Keep the soil consistently moist but well drained, and avoid letting the roots sit in soggy conditions, which can cause problems. Pansies aren't too fussy about soil either, doing well in fertile, well-draining soil with a little added compost to support steady growth and continuous blooms. One fun fact about pansies is that their blooms have a face, making each flower unique and adding personality to your garden. To extend their flowering season, regularly deadhead spent blooms, which encourages new flowers to appear and keeps your pansies vibrant and full all season long. PENTAS are a fantastic choice for long-lasting color, producing clusters of star-shaped blooms that attract butterflies and hummingbirds while keeping your garden lively from spring through fall. These plants thrive in full sun, so give them plenty of direct light to maximize flowering and maintain their vibrant hues. Watering is straightforward. Keep the soil evenly moist, especially during hot weather, but make sure it drains well to prevent root problems. Pentas are not overly picky about soil, though a fertile, well-draining mix with some compost will help them grow fuller and bloom longer. One cool fact about pentas is that their blooms are a magnet for pollinators, turning your garden into a mini wildlife hotspot. To keep them looking their best and flowering non-stop, pinch back the stems occasionally and remove faded flowers, which encourages fresh growth and continuous colorful blooms throughout the season. Peonies are show-stopping perennials known for their large, lush blooms and sweet fragrance, making them a garden centerpiece that can last for decades with proper care. They thrive in full sun, needing at least 6 hours of direct sunlight each day to produce those big, vibrant flowers, though a little afternoon shade can help in hotter climates. Watering is essential, especially during dry spells, so keep the soil evenly moist but well drained to prevent root rot, as peonies don't like soggy feet. They prefer rich, fertile soil with plenty of organic matter, which supports strong stems and abundant blooms year after year. A fun fact about peonies is that some varieties can live and bloom for 50 years or more, making them true heirloom plants for your garden. To maintain peak performance, remove spent flowers promptly and cut back foliage in the fall, encouraging healthy growth and stunning blooms each spring. Petunias are vibrant, easy-to-grow flowering plants that bring non-stop color to gardens, containers, and hanging baskets from spring through fall, making them a favorite for any gardener. They thrive in full sun, so plant them where they can soak up plenty of light to encourage prolific blooming and maintain their bright, cheerful colors. Watering is simple. Keep the soil consistently moist, especially in containers, but ensure it drains well, as petunias dislike sitting in soggy soil. They're not picky about soil either, thriving in well-draining, fertile soil enriched with compost or slow-release fertilizer for longer-lasting blooms. One fun fact about petunias is that they come in a staggering variety of colors, patterns, and shapes, allowing you to mix and match for endless garden creativity. To keep them flowering non-stop, regularly deadhead spent blooms and occasionally trim back leggy stems, which encourages fuller growth and a vibrant display all season long. Red poppies are striking, long-lasting flowering plants that instantly grab attention with their bold, fiery blooms, adding drama and charm to any garden bed or border. They thrive in full sun, so choose a spot where they can enjoy plenty of direct light, which helps the flowers open fully and maintain their vivid color. Watering is easy. Keep the soil moderately moist, especially during germination, but once established, poppies are quite drought-tolerant and prefer well-draining soil to prevent root rot. They flourish in soil that is fertile yet light, and a touch of compost can give them a boost, but these plants are generally low maintenance and resilient. A fun fact about red poppies is that their petals are delicate yet prolific, often producing hundreds of blooms per plant in a season, creating a stunning visual impact. To encourage continuous flowering, remove spent blooms regularly, which helps redirect energy to new flowers and keeps your poppies looking fresh and vibrant all season long. Roses are timeless garden favorites, celebrated for their classic beauty, intoxicating fragrance, and long-lasting blooms that can brighten your garden from spring through fall. They thrive in full sun, ideally getting at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily, which encourages strong growth and abundant flowering. Watering is key. Keep the soil consistently moist, especially during hot, dry spells, but make sure it drains well to prevent root rot, as roses dislike sitting in water. They prefer rich, fertile soil with plenty of organic matter, which supports healthy stems, lush foliage, and continuous blooms. A fun fact about roses is that there are thousands of varieties, from climbers and shrub roses to compact miniatures, giving you endless options for every garden style. To keep them flowering non-stop, regularly deadhead spent blooms and prune strategically, which encourages fresh growth and ensures a vibrant, colorful display throughout the season. Portulaca, also known as moss rose, is a low-maintenance, long-lasting flowering plant prized for its vibrant, cup-shaped blooms that open in full sun and stay colorful all day long, making it perfect for rock gardens, containers, or borders. These sun-loving plants thrive in bright, direct sunlight and will produce the most flowers when given at least 6 hours of sun daily, making them ideal for hot, sunny spots. Watering is simple. Portulaca is drought-tolerant and only needs occasional watering when the soil is completely dry, as overwatering can harm the plant. They flourish in well-draining, sandy or loamy soil, which prevents root rot and helps maintain healthy growth. A fun fact about Portulaca is that its succulent-like leaves store water, allowing it to survive heat waves and dry periods while keeping blooms vibrant. To encourage continuous flowering, simply remove spent flowers and trim any leggy growth, ensuring a colorful, full display all season long. Russian sage is a hardy, long-lasting perennial that brings airy spikes of lavender blue flowers and silvery foliage to your garden, creating a stunning, low-maintenance display that lasts from midsummer into fall. These plants thrive in full sun, so choose a bright, open spot where they can soak up plenty of light to maximize blooms and maintain their silvery leaves. Watering is easy. Once established, Russian sage is drought-tolerant and only needs occasional deep watering, making it perfect for busy gardeners or low-water landscapes. They prefer well-draining soil, and while they aren't picky, adding a bit of compost at planting can help them establish faster and bloom more profusely. A fun fact about Russian sage is that its fragrant foliage releases a pleasant, slightly minty aroma when brushed or crushed, adding sensory appeal beyond the flowers. To keep blooms looking fresh and encourage more flowering, trim back spent flower stems in late summer, which also helps maintain a tidy, bushy shape all season long. Salvia is a versatile, long-lasting flowering plant known for its vibrant spikes of blue, purple, red, or pink blooms that attract hummingbirds and butterflies, keeping your garden lively from late spring through fall. These sun-loving plants thrive in full sun, producing the most flowers when they get at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily, though they can tolerate partial shade in hotter climates. Watering is straightforward. Keep the soil evenly moist during establishment, then once mature, salvias are fairly drought-tolerant and prefer well-draining soil to avoid root issues. They do best in fertile, well-draining soil with a touch of compost to encourage robust growth and extended flowering. A fun fact about salvia is that some varieties have aromatic foliage that adds fragrance and texture to the garden even when not in bloom. To maintain a continuous display of flowers, deadhead spent blooms regularly and trim back leggy stems, which promotes new growth and ensures vibrant, colorful spikes all season long. Shasta daisy is a classic, long-lasting perennial that brings cheerful, white-petaled blooms with bright yellow centers to gardens, borders, and containers, creating a timeless, fresh look from late spring through early fall. These sun-loving plants thrive in full sun, needing at least 6 hours of direct light daily to produce abundant, long-lasting flowers and maintain strong, healthy growth. Watering is simple. Keep the soil evenly moist, especially during dry periods, but make sure it drains well, as Shasta daisies dislike soggy roots. They prefer fertile, well-draining soil enriched with compost, which supports sturdy stems and vibrant blooms throughout the season. A fun fact about Shasta daisies is that they were developed by the famous plant breeder Luther Burbank, who wanted a longer blooming, reliable daisy for American gardens. To keep them flowering non-stop, deadhead spent blooms and trim back the foliage in late summer, which encourages new growth and ensures a bright, cheerful display all season long. Snapdragons are vibrant, long-lasting flowering plants that add vertical interest and bursts of color to garden beds, borders, and containers, blooming reliably from spring through fall. They thrive in full sun but can tolerate partial shade, and the more light they get, the more flowers they produce, keeping your garden bright and lively. Watering is straightforward. Keep the soil consistently moist but well-draining, as snapdragons don't like soggy roots. They flourish in fertile, well-draining soil enriched with compost or organic matter, which supports strong stems and abundant blooms. A fun fact about snapdragons is that their flowers resemble a dragon's mouth that opens and closes when gently squeezed, making them both playful and memorable. To encourage continuous flowering, regularly deadhead spent blooms and pinch back leggy stems, which promotes fresh growth and ensures a colorful, long-lasting display throughout the season. Sunpatiens are hardy, long-lasting flowering plants known for their non-stop, vibrant blooms in shades of pink, red, white, and purple, making them perfect for containers, garden beds, and landscapes that need color all season. These plants thrive in full sun to partial shade, producing the most flowers when they receive plenty of light while tolerating some afternoon shade in hotter climates. Watering is simple. Keep the soil evenly moist, especially during hot weather, but ensure good drainage to prevent root problems. They prefer fertile, well-draining soil enriched with compost or slow-release fertilizer, which helps sustain their prolific blooming and strong growth. A fun fact about sunpatiens is that they are resistant to heat and humidity, unlike many other impatiens, making them ideal for bright, challenging spots in your garden. To keep them flowering non-stop, regularly remove spent blooms and trim back any leggy growth, encouraging fresh flowers and a full, vibrant display from spring through fall. Sunflowers are iconic, long-lasting flowering plants that bring bold, sunny blooms and cheerful energy to gardens, borders, and even large containers, blooming reliably from midsummer into fall. These plants thrive in full sun, needing at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight daily to grow tall and produce large, vibrant flower heads. Watering is straightforward. Keep the soil evenly moist during germination and early growth, then once established, sunflowers are fairly drought-tolerant, though occasional deep watering helps maintain strong stems. They prefer well-draining, fertile soil enriched with compost or organic matter, which supports their rapid growth and abundant flowering. A fun fact about sunflowers is that their heads track the sun during the day in a process called heliotropism, making them dynamic and engaging in the garden. To encourage continuous blooms and healthy plants, remove spent flower heads after seed formation and stake taller varieties if needed, ensuring a stunning, long-lasting display throughout the season. Verbena is a vibrant, long-lasting flowering plant prized for its clusters of small, colorful blooms that attract butterflies and keep gardens lively from spring through fall. These plants thrive in full sun, producing the most flowers when they receive at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily, though they can tolerate a little afternoon shade in hotter climates. Watering is simple. Keep the soil evenly moist during establishment. Then once mature, verbena is fairly drought-tolerant but performs best in well-draining soil. They flourish in fertile, well-draining soil enriched with compost, which encourages continuous blooms and strong growth. A fun fact about verbena is that its trailing varieties are perfect for hanging baskets and window boxes, creating cascading bursts of color that last all season. To maintain non-stop flowering, deadhead spend blooms regularly and trim back any leggy stems, promoting fresh growth and a full, vibrant display throughout the growing season. Madagascar periwinkle is a hardy, long-lasting flowering plant known for its glossy green foliage and vibrant blooms in shades of pink, white, and purple that keep your garden colorful from spring through fall. These plants thrive in full sun to partial shade, producing the most flowers when they get plenty of bright light while tolerating some afternoon shade in hotter climates. Watering is straightforward. Keep the soil evenly moist but well draining, as overwatering can lead to root rot, though established plants are fairly drought tolerant. They prefer fertile, well-draining soil enriched with compost, which supports steady growth and abundant flowering throughout the season. A fun fact about Madagascar periwinkle is that its flowers are remarkably heat and humidity tolerant, making them ideal for warm climates where other plants may struggle. To encourage non-stop blooms, regularly remove spent flowers and trim back any leggy growth, ensuring a vibrant, full display all season long. Yarrow is a tough, long-lasting perennial that produces flat-topped clusters of tiny blooms in shades of yellow, pink, red, or white, adding texture and color to garden beds, borders, and meadows from late spring through fall. These plants thrive in full sun, needing at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily to bloom profusely and maintain strong, upright growth. Watering is minimal. Once established, yarrow is drought-tolerant and prefers well-draining soil, making it perfect for low-maintenance gardens. They flourish in average, well-draining soil and aren't picky, though adding a bit of compost can enhance bloom quality and plant vigor. A fun fact about yarrow is that its flowers attract beneficial insects like ladybugs and lacewings, helping to naturally protect your garden from pests. To keep yarrow flowering longer and looking its best, deadheads spend blooms and trim back the stems occasionally, promoting fresh growth and continuous colorful clusters all season long. Zinnias are vibrant, long-lasting flowering plants that bring bold, cheerful color to garden beds, borders, and containers, blooming non-stop from late spring through fall. These sun-loving plants thrive in full sun, needing at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily to produce the brightest, most abundant flowers. Watering is simple. Keep the soil evenly moist, especially during hot, dry spells, but ensure it drains well to prevent root rot. They flourish in fertile, well-draining soil enriched with compost or organic matter, which supports strong stems and continuous blooms. A fun fact about zinnias is that their bright, daisy-like flowers attract butterflies, hummingbirds, and other pollinators, turning your garden into a lively, buzzing haven. To maintain non-stop flowering, regularly deadhead spent blooms and trim back any leggy growth, encouraging fresh flowers and a full, colorful display throughout the season. And that's a wrap on 20 of the best long-lasting flowering plants that are easy to grow. Pick your favorites, add them to your garden, and enjoy non-stop color all season long. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss more gardening tips and plant inspiration.